Hello, welcome to Giants Tarot on December 15 with me, your host, S. That's why I call myself a presenter, because it is without gender. Anyway, I'm Elizabeth. At Giants Tarot, we just read things out. And today I'm not going to start with the birth emblem. I'll do that last in this part because I cry at the end of it. It's happy tears, but I don't want to go all sobby and cry. Anyway, so we're going to start with Grenville Kleiser. What a great place to start. Oh my God. Grenville Kleiser says for December 15, gentleness is true power. Kindness wins where coercion fails. Sympathy smooths out difficulties and disarms antagonism. The supreme qualities of kindness and gentleness can be rapidly cultivated by close attention to little things. They grow through use. It is erroneous to think of gentleness as necessarily weak and timid. It is the truest sense, in the truest sense, gentleness is power and poise. It is positive virtue reaching out to understand, help, and encourage. It is eloquent evidence of nobility of soul. Sympathy and gentleness are safeguards against selfishness. These valuable personal qualities are kindness, gentleness, and sympathy. The time you devote to cultivating these virtues will give breadth to your character and help you shape your life towards noble ends. The Theosophical Society for the 15th of December says, if you had come to me as a boy of 17, before the world had put its heavy hand upon you, your task would have been 20-fold easier. And the birthday book says, this birth date makes for generosity and magnanimity. The fighting instinct is easily aroused, but little advantage is sought from success. A branch of the graphic arts, sketching, sculpture, designing, black and white work is favoured. A partner promises great help through valuable information and suggestions derived from intuitive or occult sources. Some numerology. 15. Potential to achieve and practice. Imploding and exploding. So imploding is home, exploding is work and community. Excel as creative artists, homemakers and comforters. The mission for 15 loves home and family, is capable and responsible, has gift of attracting opportunities and harmonious conditions, acquires knowledge through observation rather than study and research, will always be youthful and active, usually good cooks and doesn't follow recipes. Well, I'm not born on the 15th because I'm not a good cook, full stop. Artistically inclined, often attracted to music, playing an instrument or singing. Generous and demonstrative, capable of much self-sacrifice, often carrying burdens for older people. Angel number 15 says there are positive changes that either need to be made or are already on the way. Okay, 15 is melodious and it's all about harmony. Oh, I could go on about 15. 15 is a great number. I like 15. All right, folks, here we go. If I can get through this, I might sort of get a bit soppy towards the end. It's all a bit sentimental. It's good, though. Here we go. The birth emblem for the 15th of December. The Three of Clubs stands with Mars, rooted to the Saturn line, a little unsure how on earth it should begin, let alone proceed. Mars and Saturn, wails the Three of Clubs. What am I supposed to do? I'm only a little 3. I'm supposed to tell jokes and entertain people and help them think up good things and feel uplifted. And here I am with Saturn under my feet and Mars keeps asking me, have you got it? Do you know what you're doing? And Saturn won't let me get away with anything. I've got to pay my bills. and keep a roof over my head. Don't I? Don't I? So there's a wrinkle in the brow of the three of clubs, and its eyes are not as bright as when it's telling jokes or entertaining people or help them think up good things to feel uplifted. The three of clubs sits down to put on his walking shoes for the daily walk to work. It's one of the best things about each day, this walk to work and the walk home. The buses thunder past, all the people inside with their noses pointing in the same direction, just like a cartoon, thinks the three of clubs. The nose on the bus and the noses of the people inside, all pointing in the same direction. He giggles as his walking shoes hit the path. He does a little Fred Astaire shuffle as the gate swings shut. Off to see the wizard, he sings, and truly, this good feeling lasts all the way to the factory. The three of clubs knows a good feeling when he feels it, and deciding to walk to and from work many months ago has been a great success. The three of clubs feels better. Though no one hears the jokes or the singing or sees the dancing, it has all been uplifting for the three of clubs. Every day he wonders how to find a job that feels like this all day long. Arriving at the factory, he enters the front doors and imagines hauling in multiple tons of outside air and colour and freshness to the dull entrance foyer. "Morning, Mr. Club," says Bob, the security guard. "Morning, Bob a job," is his cheerful reply. Bob smiles. He just loves it. At his workstation, the three of clubs looks at the contracts he must check for that day. It's close work and lonely. He hates it really, but it pays the bills. The bills. And the five of, it's actually, the heavenly card is the five of diamonds. So he's always a bit worried about money. He thinks of other people who had jobs that allowed them to do other things. Like Einstein, who was a librarian or something, wasn't he? And he did all that science stuff because his job sort of let him, even though he felt guilty, didn't he, about doing all those things whilst he was at work. As the three of clubs sits down, he glances around the large contracts office. Why do we have all the desks facing the wall? He says to himself for the 100th time. If they all turn around and face the windows, it would be much happier here. It was no good speaking to the supervisor. I mean, he was a barrel of gum, not fun. And change was not on his horizon at all, unless it was 15-minute morning tea break with his Chinese copy Rolex watch to tell you that you were late back. The three of clubs, in a fit of hilarious rebellion, decided that very day to do up a new plan for the contracts office and send it to the CEO, whose office was upstairs and whose desk faced the windows. He drew up the plan, put little round circles on the wall side of each rectangle, which indicated a person sat with his back to the wall, and he put tiny little triangles on the window side of the circles. Noses, he smiled to himself. Then he took a deep breath and wrote all sorts of words on a rough sheet. Words like aptitude generated by altitude and optimism drives organisation, and feeling gratitude for sunshine and rain, and being connected to the outside world, and workers are wonderful citizens of any company and deserve to share in everything the building has to offer, and better staff relationships and greater trust shown to us by management, and the office machines near the core of the building and away from the windows, and peace in the space caused by much greater grace. It was a start. He felt good about it. He would write this suggestion and deliver it to the CEO. He would have to put it into fresh business language, but he had all week. It was only Tuesday. He would get it really right and deliver it next week. There was no hurry. So that's what he did. And he polished his submission and looked at other types of documents written outside the company and was as careful as a souffle in getting it all together. And finally, when it was done, he knew it would blind the CEO with science, for it encompassed every notion of staff relationships, feng shui, time and motion, placement of office machinery, blah blah. On Friday afternoon, just before he was leaving to go home, he went upstairs to see if the CEO was still there, and he was. He was on the phone, facing the windows. The 3 of clubs went to his secretary. "This is for the boss," he said happily. "It's not urgent, when he's got the time." And then he walked home, and boy, didn't he feel good. And he realised he had a new way of living, a new way of pointing his nose. He was made for things like what he had just done with the CEO. Would the hair on the CEO stand up like a porcupine when he read it? Would the CEO swoon and faint? Would the CEO, slam his fist on the desk and scream out, "No, go"? Who cares if he took up the suggestion? The 3 of clubs actually had a new job. He was going to find something that made him feel this way all day long. It was out there. He'd find it all right. Because a man's got to do what a man's got to do. And you just got to be who you are and find your gifts and find ways to do them. Well, all day long if you can. But 9 to 5, what a way to make a living. What are you made for? Are you doing it? Are you trying to do it? Do try. Do try to be the giant you want to see. You can, There you go, got through it without sobbing. Love yous. You don't even know us. Yes, I do. I do. I know you and I love you. Come around soon. Maybe tomorrow. I'm always here. Bye.